Hello guys, today I will be reviewing the Noob V10 SuperClone Rolex Submariner Hulk. But before we start, I just want to preface that I do not condone or encourage the purchase of counterfeit goods. This video is strictly for educational purposes to show you guys what you would be getting and what to look out for. I did buy this though many years ago as a kid or a student when I didn't have money, but it's definitely not something that I would do now, as I've definitely been I've never worn this watch out in public, but what I have been doing recently is actually wearing it around inside to get a glimpse of how it wears, or how a Submariner wears, because this watch is like the same weight and the same materials, the same feeling as the real deal. So it's actually a pretty accurate feeling of putting on your wrist, and I wanted to make an informed decision, but before I buy the real thing, so I just wanted to wear it around. But let's just start the review. So you can see the this Rolex has this beautiful green dial and bezel, and the dial is actually, it's a sunburst dial, and so it reflects the light, but it's not going to be the exact reflection as the real thing. And the bezel has a ceramic insert, which is really nice, and titanium like markers, and that is actually really similar to the real Submariner. And here we have a very nice brushed stainless steel bracelet. It feels very solid and substantial, and they actually use the same steel as Rolex does, and it's like a special steel, so that's pretty cool. The clasp has the glide lock that you would expect, and I don't believe that it will feel the exact same as the real one, but from a person who's never really held a real one, that this feels really good, and it definitely works really well. So the watch also features a sapphire crystal with a magnification lens over the date window, and the magnification is 2.5 magnification, so it's just like the real one. And the sapphire glass means you won't scratch it. And the movement inside is a clone of the Rolex movement, and it's an Asian 2836-2 automatic movement, so it's going to be pretty accurate but not the most reliable. And so I did mention this was the Noob V10, so that means it's their version 10. And Noob, back in the day, I don't know about now, but Noob was like one of the main factories, or the top factories producing the Submariner. And I remember there's like many different factories, but Noob was like the factory. I don't know what the state of the clone industry is now. This was like maybe 3-4 years ago, so it's been a while. But yeah, overall I'm very impressed with the Noob V10 SuperClone Submariner. It's a really well made replica that looks and feels like the real thing, but once again, I don't want you guys to go and buy this. It's just to show you what the watch is like and what a clone is like, so you can be more careful before buying, you know, a watch. You want to make sure it's not fake. But if you are a fan of the Rolex Submariner and you don't want to spend tens of thousands of dollars, this, you know, could be considering, although definitely don't try to pass it off as real, because that's illegal. And honestly, don't even say that it is real, because it's not. And at the end of the day, like, in my opinion, there's really not much reason to buy a SuperClone watch. Either you can afford the real thing or you can't, and if you can't, then there's plenty of other alternatives. This watch is like $500, and there's a lot of great options, you know, at that price range. So yeah, but that was my review, and thanks for watching.